the time. It's called the forests have eyes. There are apparently 27 faces. As you look around there, you should start to see that they're starting to come out at you, okay? There are faces there. But this just shows this bias to assume that certain configurations in the world could be significant, okay? Now, you only have to combine that bias with a belief that maybe you require evidence of divine intervention or some belief or some evidence of miraculous appearances. And so it doesn't surprise me to see that people see the evidence of their particular religion all over the place. This is a salt stain in the concrete underpass in Chicago, and you can see the beginnings of a shrine starting there because it looks like the Mary Magdalene praying away. More dramatically, she's appeared in an insurance building in Florida as a refraction pattern on the plate glass window. You can see the shrine there. It's really starting to take root. Her son, on the other hand, seems to choose less auspicious places to make his appearance. Here he is on a slice of toast as a burnt stain, and on the right here, actually on an ultrasound in a pregnant woman. You can buy these images off eBay. So this just demonstrates that we kind of see significance, that this is part of our belief system all over the place. It actually resonates with a pre-scientific notion, which was called natural magic. Before we had science, people used to think that everything was controlled by God, and God had left clues for his existence to demonstrate he's really there, and you just had to look for them. This became known as the doctrine of signatures. And so the doctrine of signatures said there's nothing random, there's no natural selection, things have been designed that way. So people thought that things that looked alike must be similar, they must be connected by some invisible, supernatural, sympathetic connection. And it became the basis of various folk remedies. We know this because of the words for certain plants reveal what their original use was. So for example, bladderwort is used in the treatment of any urinary infections because it had resemblance to the bladder. Nipplewort speaks for itself. Walnuts had a resemblance to the human brain, and so they were used in the treatment of headaches and so forth. Now I've got another natural plant here. If you'd like to pass that around. Sir? This is known as a coco de mer. It's a very rare double-sided coconut from the Seychelles, and I see you're stroking quite lovingly there. It has a resemblance, as you can well see, to a lady's bottom half. The usual nut is actually almost as large as that, and when they were first found, people thought that these were obviously some evidence for supernatural magic, and they were used in fertility rites. You can buy them today off eBay, but they only come from one island in the world, from the Seychelles. This idea that things that look alike are connected by sympathetic magic, of course, is the basis of the voodoo dolls. If you want to inflict injury or harm on someone, you just have to fashion a doll that looks like them, and it's even better to get some hair clippings and nail files, put it into the doll, and then that makes it really potent. Then you can influence the doll, influence the victim by stabbing the doll. In modern Africa, even today, technology has moved on. We can simply take photographs of people, and if you want to inflict harm on them, you simply stab the photograph. Now, is there anyone out there who doesn't believe that that sort of thing could actually cause any harm? Anyone thinks that that's just nonsense? Okay. Is that your spouse or your friend there? Yes? Okay. Do you mind? I've never done this before, but let's try this. Now, it might be a complete disaster, and I'll take a couple of minutes. Excuse me a second. I'll take a couple of minutes for it to develop, but I just want to try something out. So, don't worry. Okay, we'll use that a bit later on. I'll come back to that in a moment. Okay, sorry about this. It's all interactive tonight, by the way, so no one is safe. All right. Now, this idea that patterns are... That's coming out fine. This idea that patterns are somehow connected, or created by somebody, is actually something that children spontaneously think about. Piaget noted this 80 years ago when he asked children to describe or explain where mountains and trees and so forth came from. They were inclined to think that someone had designed them. So there's a lot of research going on at the moment which suggests that children are inclined to think that everything has been designed for a purpose. And so they're natural, almost intuitive creationists. And that's probably one of the reasons it's very difficult to kind of get them to accept natural selection. We also see forces as being causal. Philosophers call this causal determinism. Humans are just designed to see things as being